Okay, before we begin any assessment, as I've previously mentioned in the first session I had with you, as with all other fitness assessment, I'll be reiterating the following protocol before, during, and after the assessment. So for the pretest considerations, for all exertional fitness assessments, you have to adhere to the following protocol prior to, during, and after testing. So you are to be informed to abstain from the following prior to exercise testing. No exercise on test day. Ensure that you have ample rest. No alcohol within 3 hours of testing. No caffeine within 3 hours of testing. No food within 3 hours of testing. And no tobacco within 3 hours of testing. You are also to drink ample fluids over the 24-hour period preceding the exercise to ensure normal hydration before testing. And the attire for testing should be clothing that permit freedom of movement with walking or running shoes. You are also advised to discontinue prescribed any sort of medication, specifically cardiovascular medications, but only with physician approval, as some medication affect resting heart rate or exercise heart rate. However, if the exercise test is for functional or exercise rehabilitation purposes, you can continue medication regimen so that the exercise responses will be consistent with responses expected during exercise training. And during all the assessment, I will be accompanying you at all times. For all exertional fitness assessments, these are the general indications for terminating tests. Okay. Since you have signed the consent form earlier, I have obtained your informed consent, and you are also required to warm up according to the respective assessment protocol. I will be demonstrating what you are required to perform and provide verbal teaching cues, and you are to adhere to the exact number of practice trials according to respective assessment protocol. Alright, so before we begin, I'll be checking on your well-being first. Are you feeling well?
Yes.
Okay, great. So any point of time you're feeling unwell during the test, please inform me. Now I'm going to check your blood pressure and heart rate before the exercise to decide whether I will need to initiate the testing or reschedule it. And after the exercise, I will need to check your blood pressure and heart rate again to decide to release or defer you from the session. Okay, so hi Gerald. Welcome to the fourth session where I'll be conducting the respiratory assessment. So the cardiorespiratory fitness assessment that I'll be conducting is the 20-meter multistage fitness test, which is also known as beep test. So the beep test is commonly used for maximal running aerobic fitness, and this test is also suitable for sport teams and school groups, but not for populations in which maximal exercising testing will be contraindicated. Okay, so before I conduct the assessment on you, I'll first need to explain the procedure and then thereafter demonstrate to you how the assessment is conducted. Okay, so the participant, which is you, are to stand behind one of the lines, which I will show later, facing the second line. And then you can only begin to run when instructed by the recording, which will be a beep sound. So if you reach before the beep sound, you must wait until the next beep sound is signaled before continuing to run. Okay, so after you're signaled by the recorded beep, you can continue running between the two lines. All right. So after about 1 minute, a sound indicates an increase in speed, and the beeps will be closer together, which means it'll be faster. Yeah. So in the case where you're unable to reach the line before the beep sound, you are given a warning and must continue to run to the second line, and then try to catch up within 2 more beeps. The test is stopped if you are unable to reach the line for 2 consecutive ends. Okay, so now I'll be demonstrating to you how the assessment is done.
The 20-meter bleep test starts in 10 seconds. Level 1 starts with a triple bleep after a 5-second countdown.
Okay, so you wait
5,
behind this line
4,
and wait for the beep test.
3,
Wait for the beep sound.
2, 1.
And then you wait over in this line and wait for the next beep sound. Okay, can? Okay, so Gerald, good that you've warmed up and you're in proper attire. Now we can begin with the assessment. Okay.
The 20-meter bleep test starts in 10 seconds. Level 1 starts with a triple bleep after a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level 7, 9.
Alright, okay. That's all for the assessment. Thank you. Okay, hi Gerald. So before we move on to the assessment analysis for both cardiorespiratory and balance assessment, I will require you first to cool down, as cooling down after an exercise is important to return the body to a non-exercising state. This will help maintain blood flow to the heart and to the brain, and redirects the blood from working muscles to other parts of the body. Okay, so with that being said, let's do our cool down. Hi Gerald. Now I will be explaining to you the cardiorespiratory assessment or your beep test results. Okay, so based on your results, you have attained level 7 with 9 shuttles, and your predicted VO2 max is 39.5, and as such, your rating is below average. Okay, so based on the normative data for maximum aerobic power by age and gender, and as well as your predicted VO2 max, your percentile of population for age based on normative data is in the 30th percentile. Okay, so you will need to do cardiorespiratory endurance exercises that include rhythmic use of large muscle groups for an extended period of time, such as jogging or cycling. So I'll briefly explain to you the FITT for this. So F means frequency. So I will need you to exercise 3 to 5 days a week. Then I, which is intensity, you can exercise at a moderate intensity. Then T, which is time, you can do this for 20 to 60 minutes. Then the last T will be type. So this you can do cardiorespiratory endurance exercises such as running or cycling. Yeah, so all this will help you achieve a healthy cardiorespiratory system. And that will be all for the cardiorespiratory assessment analysis. Thank you.